scene last Friday night at the homecoming game, where unfortunately for the Tigers, Del Campo claimed a 40-0 victory. Good morning, and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Rachel Barber.
And I'm Nick Chang.
Students and members of the RHS community participated in a rally and the annual homecoming parade. And Eric Peterson and Emily Botnan were named King and Queen by student vote. Additionally, the sophomore class of 2020 was awarded the title of the Best Float.
Members of Future Business Leaders of America have 2 new advisors this year.
Former FBLA advisor Ron Volk retired last year. English teachers Kelly Capel and Amy Shishido have since stepped in to fill the opening.
I phoned her and I said, Ms. Shishido, I think it would be so fun to do this together, and it just worked out perfectly. Mr. Volk was really excited to pass it on to us.
Both teachers possess prior business experience.
I've run a summer swim school since I was about 13 with my family, and then since I was about 18 or 20 on my own. That's the main business experience I've had.
I have worked in sales, so all through college I was a flooring consultant for S&G Carpet, so I sold floor covering.
They don't expect to have to change much from last year.
I think we want to continue what he's done. He's done an amazing job with the program. We're just kind of like those coaches coming in after another coach retires, where we want to keep the same things, and as the kids want to improve or change, we're going to help them do that.
Sophomore Finn McAnlis believes this change will not hurt the club.
Capel, Ms. Shishido, they're like productive, they get stuff done, and we've already planned, we have plans going, we're already doing stuff.
FBLA is currently preparing to attend a state leadership conference in LA in April.
Now we go to Dominic Taylor with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Dominic Taylor, filling in for Cale Gibson. Friday night was a struggle offensively for Roseville varsity football as starting and second string quarterbacks Kyle Alves and Alex Nicholas were both ruled out due to injuries, and Roseville's defense was unable to stop the CVC's #1 ranked offense of Del Campo, falling to the Cougars. However, JV football was able to handle the JV Cougars with ease, cruising to a 48-0 victory and improving the JV Tigers' record on a 3-game win streak to 3-1. In other sports news, multiple Roseville teams are off to impressive starts in league as girls varsity volleyball improved to a 4-1 record in league play, defeating Whitney 3-1 last week. Girls tennis remains undefeated in league and sits in first place in the CVC with a 7-0 record. As for the boys varsity water polo tournament over the weekend, the Tigers went 3-2 in games, winning against Franklin, Liberty, and Clayton Valley Charter High. However, the Tigers dropped 2 games to Ripon and Lincoln High School, putting their record at 8-9. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to Jackson Young with entertainment.
Thanks, Dom. Game developer Bungie's newest venture, Destiny 2, has received many different reviews due to the very immutable nature of the game, but it is a great sequel to the already great series. I've played a lot of the original Destiny, and the sequel stacks up good with the first game. Destiny 2 adds lots of new features that make it much more smooth than the original, and these features may even help the sequel surpass the original game somewhere in the future with the eventual addition of new expansions. The story starts off with an enemy invasion of the last city and everyone mounting a defense of it, and while this storyline is very enticing and adds excitement, the story turns out to be a sort of sad redemption story, although I much prefer that over the shooting gallery with no resemblance of a storyline that the first game was. Although the amount of some activities in Destiny 2 is minimal, the game has no shortage of things to do with lots of new features that weren't in the first game. These new activities make the game much more fun to play often and doesn't leave players waiting for the new content. And now we go back to news.
The Creative Writing Club is planning to publish their literary magazine more often.
Last school year, The Uproar Fresh Prince Edition was released. This semester marks the second edition of the Literary Magazine, a compilation of works of literature and art submitted by RHS students and staff, which is published and sold. According to English teacher and Creative Writing Club advisor Jamie Handling, there are new challenges with the absence of a creative writing class. Senior and Creative Writing Club president Anna Pratt is confident they can take on the task.
It's going to be a little more work because usually the creative writing class puts it out. And in the spring, that's what the creative writing class is going to have a little more structure, so it's going to be easier to put out a literary magazine with that class. But that being said, we do have a club, and it is pretty well structured. We kind of have around 20 people like 15 people that can really work to put it together. And I definitely think it will be a harder task, but it's definitely manageable, especially because Miss Handling, our advisor, knows what she's doing and she's really good at it. The people in there are really invested, so they're really excited about putting it out.
She hopes to see improvements to the literary magazine and get more participation.
We put out one last year, and then we had such good reaction to it. Lots of people bought it, lots of people really loved it, and we're just trying to make it like bigger and better this year to get more works, more student writings, more teacher writings, just get more people involved so we can really show like the power of writing.
Sister and club treasurer Kelly Pratt thinks it's an opportunity for anyone to express themselves.
I hope everyone at Roseville High School likes it. I think it's a good kind of diverse example of what Roseville High School is about, because people can just submit things that they think about and what they feel that's really like the embodiment of their expression. So I think the Uproar has something for a little bit of everyone.
Handling will continue to take submissions through October 1st. That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.